Good evening, my friends. Welcome to Casually FC. I'm Andrew with Surfer. I'm here with Will and our friend, our special guest, the man whose videos are just rocking it at this moment in time. The man who started a new job on Monday, so he's just preparing. He's ready to go. He's ready to go. He's with us again, Mr. Alexis from the Kavkas View. How are you doing, sir?
Not too bad, brother. Guys, I'm sorry if I'm yawning. I've been up since 5 a.m. I promised Marshall I was going to do this. I've got to be up at 5 a.m. tomorrow, but it'll be fun.
Well,
Let's enjoy ourselves.
Let's enjoy. You know what? Let's enjoy ourselves. If you want to see our reaction to last night's result, you can go to our last video. You can see our reaction there of that. Let's not dwell on last night's stuff. We're not dwelling on tonight's results either. This is strictly a Chelsea transfer show. So, what do you want to start? Do you want to start with incomings? Do you want to start with outgoings, or the whole how we've dealt with transfers? I mean, has it for you, Alex? What has it been like watching how we've been approaching transfers in and out this season? It's totally different,
it's so confusing.
Yeah,
confusing.
Yeah,
because you can really tell they don't know what they're doing. People are gonna say you're being negative. It's not negative. It's just honest, and it's the truth. Like, they're new in the field. They're new in an industry. They're trying to meet people, negotiate, and I'm really confused about how we have a shortlist. Because Fofana weren't on the shortlist initially. They weren't willing to pay 55 M's for Kunde, yet they went to 69.5 for Fofana. Koulibaly popped out of the blue.
Yeah.
So now looking back at the fees, you could have got De Ligt. Well, I don't know why you didn't. But I'm happy with the two we got. I'm really happy with the centre back options. It just seems perfect. I can't lie to you. I like both. We're in a good place.
Yeah, I mean, before everyone starts, we've got a little bit of admin. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Follow, obviously, Will online. Follow, obviously, Alexis on his channel. He's just smashing it at this moment in time. If you just want something that's just information just right there, not waiting something like I'm doing right now, waffling. You know what I mean? So you get to the point, right to the point, take it all in with information, and just watch those videos because they are rocking it at this moment in time. Will,
I appreciate the love, man. Thank you.
Hey, that's right. You show us here. You know. So pay it forward. You know what I'm saying? Pay it forward. Will, what do you listen to? Alexis said, are you in agreement? Is there anything different?
Yeah, I mainly totally agree with what Alexis said. There's obviously, we haven't got a director of football in yet. That'll be massive. That'll be a massive sign for us when we get that director of football in. It's kind of crazy how much we've spent, although it still feels like we've not spent that much at the same time. Like, we've spent nearly 250 million if you include the youth we've bought as well. And you've got, obviously, as Alexis brought up, how we've not gone in for some players that we've been tracking for a while, and then we've just out of the blue put down the money. Like, even weren't we going to pay up front for Guardiola to get him next year as well, like 70 million euros as well? I just think
that deal's off apparently.
Is it? Oh,
yes. Apparently Fabrizio jumped the gun. So the rumors about that was Chelsea are in negotiation. They are keen on the player. Tuchel really rates him highly. The scouting team rates him highly due to the metrics that they're looking at, which is a nice way of doing it. But they're going to revisit it in January, which in essence gives us an opportunity for hopefully Levi Colwell to develop at Brighton and break into that team. Maybe have a development and see what's going to happen with Aspi and Thiago Silva next year. The way Thiago's playing this year, it looks like he can go on for another 5 years.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Cucurella, I think I'm excited about Cucurella. I'll be honest.
Oh, someone said Pulisic Stan. Will, we're gonna have to have words today.
No, Alexis, I've not been on live with you for about a year. Okay, times have changed.
Oh no, you know what? That'll be something we can do at a later show.
I have forgot about Will and his Pulisic Sexuality
over.
agenda.
It's gone. It's gone.
Come on, man.
It's been gone for a while.
By
It's
the way,
not
Marshall's
where it used to
lighting
be.
is amazing.
Thank you.
Your
I
lighting
appreciate
is
it.
amazing.
Yeah, I put in work. Like, you know, if I turn this off and all of a sudden, like, I got, you know,
You should have
I
seen
do
him.
my thing here.
You should have seen him yesterday. He wasn't supposed to be on the stream, but he was so annoyed at the result. He
I made
logged on
time.
he logged on from his car, and it was light outside, and he was going somewhere, and he realised we were still on. And when he got back in his car, it was dark. That's how long we've been.
Yeah.
On.
Hold on. You know what? You lot said don't touch on it, right?
Okay.
High level, what do you lot think about yesterday's performance?
Oh, boy.
I've just.
Well, hold on. And Andrew, hold on. Ladies and gentlemen in the chat, if you haven't already seen this man's reaction, this is one of the angriest I've seen this man react to that game last night. So make sure, if you haven't already, like, this man was actually cursing and stuff. I don't hear him curse very often. So, yeah, you, bro. Alexis the Kavkas View. So if you haven't already checked out his channel, he's close to 20K. Go help him out.
I don't curse on the channel like
the links are on the description. Make sure you click on it. All of his socials is right there. But
you know how mad he was? It wasn't even a live video, it's recorded. That's how mad he was.
It's recorded. It's recorded.
He swore on a recorded video, not even like you could go, oh, it's live, I'll get away with it. Chelsea, you went in. You made this calm man swear on a recorded video. That's what you did to him last night.
And you know, right, that performance, man, that second half had me so fucking angry, right? Yes. Honestly. Yeah. And it's because we didn't create a single chance in that second half, which got me even more angry. Ugh. And like, I'm laughing about it now, but I went to bed at 1 a.m. yesterday. I watched every single reaction video on YouTube that was being recommended. Do you know how bad it is after you do I recorded one, edited, watched like 15 different videos, and then went to bed only to wake up more angry.
Yes, I don't know about my reaction is I've just still got so many questions. You know, that's why I would love to be that's why fans are better than journalists sometimes on a like after the not like normal like press conference, but after it's like what I don't still some I can't logically. Maybe I'm confusing. Said I can't logically. No one can convince me why Ziyech started last night.
He flew out to Amsterdam after the league.
He's 24 hours. He was basically going to have a medical at Ajax and sign.
Oh my God!
Also, he was kept on for 90 minutes. Is right. Like, he wasn't like taken off after like 6.
That wasn't even my biggest problem with Tuchel's selection. I've got
a list. I wrote it down this morning.
I wrote it
down this morning. List of questions. I did. I thought I would forget a load of shit, but
we're all starting to write notes and stuff. We're aspiring journalists or something.
Dude, I've got a set of notes in front of me right now, making sure.
I've got the list of Jericho, man. The list of Jericho.
I feel like going to Tuchel, you just made the list.
Yeah. Listen, that game, Alexis, that game was the first time after any game that I'm starting to now have my doubts about Tuchel and what he's doing with the club and his ability to even man manage at that. So it's not good. It's not good. And I'm hoping with the signings and all that stuff, we'll see at the end of the season, right? But if after all these signings, he and especially what Andrew touched on yesterday, guys, if you haven't already seen the stream yesterday, 2 hours, but I even watched the whole 2 hours. I don't have time, but I made time for it, and it was a lot of interesting points. But what Andrew had stated yesterday, if he gets to the season and then at the end of the season starts saying he has no midfielders, he can hold that because he had a blank check.
That's not an excuse. It's not an excuse,
but that's what I'm saying. He can hold it. He had a blank check. Todd Bowley offered him all types of players. He had the option to pick De Jong, De Jong doesn't want to come, but like there's many other midfielders other than De Jong, Ruben Neves.
They showed it today. He still hasn't done it. Showed it today. They're going after. This is what I want to fucking run right now. Yeah, because they've really irritated me. You spent
Alexis
the whole
RANTS.
bloody summer.
Let's go.
You spent the whole bloody summer, right? You've spent the whole summer chasing unlimited amount of centre backs. You've spent the whole summer going after forwards that we didn't get. And now, 2 days before the transfer window is closing, you finally go after a midfielder. I do not want a CDM. I've said it on many occasions. It's got nothing to do with Declan Rice. It's got nothing to do with Sangare. I just want some pace and power in the midfield. I need a refresher. I've said it on many occasions. Kante and Kovacic are good enough to start. The problem is they're not here. You basically have a Ferrari with no engine in it.
Yeah.
You don't have a Ferrari. You don't. You lease the car. You don't own it.
But Alexis, also, what's the ironic thing about going after Sangare after he's just signed a new contract extension to 2027?
No, that's fine though. That's no issue because Fofana happened that if you pay money yourself.
No, but what you said before Marshall came on, part of the transfer window is great, but it's got a scattergun approach, and that's why it needs after the transfer window. Most important is the restructuring of how we do the transfers, the scouting, and the DOF. Mm-hmm. I've seen a DOF do its job. I've seen Campos do his job at PSG magnificently already. And they're about to sign. No, I thought they were, but that was a fake account. I thought they were going to sign Skriniar, but they weren't. But the midfield as well. They've replenished the midfield. They replenished the midfield so beautifully. Whatever's happening elsewhere is not Campos' issue. He's done his job beautifully. Already.
They're basically planning for life after Neymar and Messi next year.
Yes.
That's literally what they're doing.
Yeah. And they've done it
it's working out.
They're even planning for after Verratti as well when they move him on maybe 3 years' time. They've got Soler, Fabian Ruiz.
This is how sad that this lack of midfield transfer news has gotten me. Me and Will were sitting on Discord, and I said this to Andrew offline after the stream yesterday. Me and Will were sitting on Discord the other night watching comps on Hutchinson. Who was the other player you recommended?
Hutchinson's an attacker, though, to be honest. Charlie Webster was the player.
Webster.
That I was talking
we were
about.
watching. We even watched the Brazilian kid that we were linked with. It was just, oh my god, bro!
You know what the disgusting
I'm looking at youth right now, man.
Man, it's so disgusting because this team has got me so lacklusterly uninvested in the games because I know what I'm gonna see. And yesterday, you could see Jorginho getting skipped by a mile away.
Yes.
Honestly, oh my days. What's wrong with this person, bruv?
No,
he's just salty because he feels like I'm overly negative when we were 10 men down. And it's like, dude, we played better with 10 men than when we had 11. If anything, going 10 men down and having Mason hooked was the better part of the game.
There was, I think the profile midfielder I'd like the most is a Caicedo from Brighton. That would be a player that I would like for us to go to. I think obviously it's probably too late to do that now.
That deal's not happening. They're not. Yeah. Dude, if they sold us Cucurella for 62 million.
You're
giving them shares. You're giving them shares of the club.
They sold Basuma and Malpai. They made over 100 million, so it's fine. But you know what? What should we do? If we go to,
I had an idea.
Go on.
I figured let's look at this transfer window in parts, right? Yeah. Let's look at the youth first because there was a big focus on youth this transfer window, and then we'll move to the the starting lineup, the major transfers, then the outs. But when we look at the youth that we've acquired, we have. Slolina is a Chicago Fire goalkeeper, I believe, right?
Yeah.
And there's Hutchinson. We acquired Chukwuemeka. We also acquired who's the one from Inter? Cassidy. Is there someone else I'm missing? I swear there's someone else I'm missing.
Cassidy got a red card for the youth team as well.
I said Chukwuemeka was in there. Is that all? Was that we only got 4? No, there's more.
4 big ones.
We've got 4 big ones and 2 little ones that no one knows of.
Yeah,
from,
Brighton
one kid from
Brighton left.
at Southampton, and I think a Brighton left back.
Yeah. Okay, so I thought there was a lot more, to be honest. It seemed like there was a lot more.
There is a lot more, Marshall, but they're just £1 million signings.
Yeah,
they're not on pro contracts.
Not the major youth signings. So I mean, when we look at that the youth signing, and I don't know if there was really any youth that were out other than I think Masunda. I think Masunda left, right?
He's
I wouldn't count him as youth.
Yeah, he's 25 now.
Oh, okay. Well,
So
never
don't
mind. I
count
take it
Loftus
back.
Cheek as youth anymore. You know what I mean?
So, Alexis, I'll ask you, like, what do you think about those signings coming in, the youth that we're trying to build? Do you think it was kind of a waste of time? Do you think this is much needed? Is it a refresher? Like, what are your thoughts overall on all this?
I'm confused, man. Like, it's interesting though, because most probably it's a strategy going forward. I'm guessing what's happening this year with a scattergun approach and spending abnormal amount of money is not going to be a normal thing. We're most probably investing in tomorrow. This kid that from Russia, that the deal looks set to happen.
Yes.
Arsene Zakharyan.
Yeah.
He is class. Like, I'm only purely going off like YouTube clips, and my cousin's from Russia. So he watches the Russian league regularly. Like, that's the football he watches. Sad for him, but that's his level. Yeah, but from what he's saying, this kid's amazing, and they haven't seen a talent like this since Arshavin. But he got me on the edge of my seat from YouTube comps. Like, I rarely get that excited to watch a talent. And what I liked about him is the way he goes inside and out. He can go to the byline. He comes in. He can thread a pass through. He can take a shot. He can take a free kick, which means he can most probably take a corner, unlike Mason Mount. But literally, like, it's exciting, but we can't get too invested, right? There's nothing to get invested about. Like, we're not going to see him.
What I could tell. Go ahead, Andrew.
Oh, okay. That's what I mean. It's like, we sign young players, and it's like, that's good. I don't mind signing young players if they go straight into the team or something like that, or we know they're going to actually be selected or something like that. But I don't think any of these are even like, Chukwemeka's training with the first team. Yeah, So you know what I mean? He's not being used. He's been on the bench a couple of times. You could have, maybe you could have thrown him on last night. I don't think Tuchel will do that. And it's like,
that's not yet anyway. Yeah.
I don't see. I don't know. What the plans are great, but I'm worried about this season. I'm not worried.
Yeah, I get that. I get that. What I do like about it, and then you can go, Will. I'm sorry. What I do like about it though is that it seems like based off of the news and what the journalists are saying is that these talents that we're getting are actually talents that are have a lot of people have a lot of eyes on them. They are pretty talented kids, and if we're doing this without a director of football, it only makes me hopeful that what we could do with a director of football, with Bowley saying, hey, look, this is what the talent we're looking for. We're working with these stats. We're looking for these types of highlights in statistics. This is what I want you to look for in players. And with him kind of setting the standard, it does give me a little bit of hope for the future. Obviously, right now, we're all a little bit, anxious about what's happening with the club now. But I think the youth signings that we've done is kind of a breath of fresh air because we don't do it that often.
That report is apparently true about me.
Marcia's saying that Chelsea and Barca have agreed to swap between.
That's what Marcia is saying.
Thank you.
Thank you in what sense? That Alonso's leaving, right? That is
yes. I'll take a broken jawed Aubameyang over a fully fit Alonso any day.
If he's got a broken jaw, that first interview's not happening for a while.
Apparently, he won't be playing for 4 to 5 weeks.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. It's like it's utter madness.
Boys, it's all right because I'm sure we would be a lot more upset if all of a sudden we see the name Marcus Alonso on the team sheet and we're like, what the fuck? Dude, you've been gone for 4 weeks and you just walk back into this team? Oh my God. But Will, what were you going to say about the youth scouting that we've done?
I think, well, in my opinion, with some of the signings, I think they make a little bit more sense than others. Like if we sign the Russian wonder kid, who apparently, obviously, I've never watched him play in a full game, so I'm not gonna act like I know anything about him. But apparently, he's good. He's good. That's 15 million, I guess. I'd rather us invest in young attackers. I know that might sound a bit weird, but that Cassidy guy, as someone that kind of likes watching the Chelsea academy team from time to time, I don't think that Cassidy guy is going to be anywhere near as good as some of the youngsters we've got right now in our midfield for midfield options. If you look at a Charlie Webster type player, I still believe in Billy Gilmore, although he's not favoured. He's going to go Brighton, it looks like, which is sad. So, and I look at Stanina as well, and I think those two combined are 30 million euros. Yeah, 30 million euros for. Let's be honest. I can't see Stanina ever really playing for us. I can't.
Who's Stanina?
The goalkeeper.
The
From
goalkeeper.
Chicago.
No,
Yeah, we
but
loaned
the
back
thing
to
is,
Chicago Fire.
Will, I'm going to say one thing, right? I think we don't know at this age. Like, that's the harsh truth. We don't know. I don't even think these moves should be announced.
Yeah.
Like,
Agreed.
I genuinely think this is too much information for us. This is overkill.
Yeah.
Like, Tuchel said it best about that Italian kid. I've been calling Quesadilla. Like, literally. Yeah. I don't know his name. Like, I don't know how to pronounce it.
I've actually seen him play a couple of times for the Italian under-21s in the tournaments and whatever, and he looks like such a profile that we don't want. I don't see him. He's quite clunky. He's built kind of well, but he's not anything special technically. He's not really a sitter. He doesn't really have the fundamentals technically that you want for a box-to-box midfielder. He's such a weird signing, and I agree with you that they shouldn't be announcing this because this is 65 million euros if we're looking at all these.
Yeah, but the way you need to look at it, right? These kids are going to come in. They're most probably going to play, go on loan a few times, shine on loan. And then when they shine on loan, we might resell them for a profit because that model works. And you know what? Malang Sarr's evidence that it works.
Yeah. The only problem with that, have they changed the way you loan out players though? Is that happened?
As long as they're under the age of 23.
Oh, okay, so we're fine.
There's only X amount of players, yeah.
Okay. I do like Carney Chukwuemeka though. I do like him. I think he'll be very good.
I will say though, like based on what Will is saying, I do wish that I do like that we're signing attackers, and I wish that we would sign more younger attackers, because outside of Broja, I don't know who's next in line to be, the next Chelsea talent that's going to rise.
And that's good for you.
Yes.
That's good for you.
Yes.
You don't need to know. Like,
Yes.
I think, you know what? I am so tired with Chelsea youth. Like, and the reason I'm exhausted because yesterday I found myself being that guy. Why is Harvey Vale not starting ahead of Ziyech? He should have a future at the club. And then I thought about it, right? Ziyech gets paid X amount of money for a specific reason. He must be a bit like Tuchel sees him in training every day. He must believe there is something in Ziyech that is going to be better than a Harvey Vale right now. Whether that's right or wrong, we don't know. We can't but it's just a waste of time us even talking about it, because how can we get excited about something we don't know? That's just hard.
Listen, this guy. Okay, Andrew, you want to go?
I just want to listen, Jimmy. I love you. I've seen you on Sarcasm City. Listen.
Yes.
I think. Listen, we're not being negative about signing these youngsters.
We're not being negative at all. You're the one being negative.
Hang on. No,
right. Well, then.
What I mean is, it's like.
Go subscribe to Alexis and then comment on his.
Wait, I think maybe it's the focus on the signing of them, not like signing them itself. It's like, they're up there like with the incomings of like Cucurella.
If anything, we're just trying to tame our expectations.
Carney, I still can't pronounce his name every now and then. I keep
Okay,
yeah, thank you. He got like a full like interview and like announcement sort of thing, and it's like that's surely you do that to hype him up. And if you're not going to play him, what's the point? If you're going to loan him out or put him in the youth team, which Todd Bowley's apparently said that's not going to happen. We're going to try and embed him into this squad somehow, which I don't see happening anytime soon. You've got like, why would you? Like, we've beaten off big teams to sign him as well. Like Barcelona wanted him. I think they even put in a bid of around just under what we paid for him. And the reason we got him wasn't because we've been tracking him for a while. It's because I read in The Athletic that Bowley met the Villa owner or the Villa representative on a night out when he was networking with other teams in the Premier League. So as Alexis was saying about like opportunistic moves and then not having like a proper plan yet. That just, I think, shows more evidence of it.
I just think. Listen, Jimmy and to others in the chat. I think most of us are about the here now.
Yeah.
Not like who could do what in 3 or 4 years' time, because we're worried about the now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're worried about the now. So listen, it's great.
And listen, with energy prices, I might not be here tomorrow to see these players.
Exactly. Cost of living, stuff like that. It's like, listen, guys, if they step up in the future, fine. But now it's like we need to focus on who's helping this squad right now, and these players are not going to help.
I literally opened up this conversation saying that Chelsea is so bad right now. I am looking at the youth for hope. That is a positive on the youth, if anything. Like, come on, man. But anyways, guys, let's move on to talking about the other transfers, because we do have 2 more sections about the transfer window that we should talk about. And let's just talk about the big signings that we got in, and including the ones that we may or may not be linked to. We got Sterling. Right? Yeah. We have Cucurella, Koulibaly. I'm blanking out. Fofana, thank you. And do we want to say Aubameyang's official?
No, I don't. Not yet. I don't see that. I don't know if it's happening.
We'll do one with Aubameyang and without Aubameyang. But that is what it is. And then that's it for the big signings that we gotten so far, right?
Yes.
I'm not missing anything, am I?
We signed 4 players.
This window to me though feels like, with those 4 players, it feels like we've signed 2, because where we've lost Andreas Christensen and Antonio Rudiger, you say if they sign, you don't have to. I mean, I'm not saying it's totally our fault. I'm not saying it's 100% our fault. Obviously, they wanted to go to their whatever clubs they went to, Barcelona, Real Madrid, but like, it just feels like it's just a bit frustrating that we've had to go and reinforce in an area that we were mostly fine with. I'm glad that
we've upgraded.
You think we've upgraded?
Yeah. Because I don't think Rudiger's as good as everyone's making him out to be. I think he had a good couple of months towards the end of the season. He looked very mid. And for me, with Rudiger, he's gone to Real Madrid. He's playing right back. Like, he's not starting. He's not starting there. And for me, Koulibaly's going to be better than Rudiger. Give him bedding in, period.
Okay, because I was going to ask you, are you in the camp of, are you sad? Would you rather have kept Rudiger and given him that money, or would you rather have upgraded to a Koulibaly?
No, Koulibaly.
I would have kept Rudiger personally.
Why?
Because he's already in the squad. He's already embedded in that team. He gives you a lot. He's in a role which suits him. Unless we change manager, if we change manager, my stance will probably change. So, for example, but I don't see us changing manager anytime soon. I don't think that's going to happen.
But if we go to a 4, you can't play Rudiger.
Yes, you can. Sorry.
And Rudiger can't play 4 matches.
Sorry, we got third and won a trophy with Rudiger and Louis.
and Rudiger got injured towards the end of the season, and Christensen came in.
Okay, but then Christensen also we've lost, who's also a very good talent as well. That's what I mean. These centre-back signings weren't a massive issue.
It wasn't a massive issue.
It wasn't a massive issue though, centre-back, was it? You wouldn't have said...
Of course it was a massive issue. Christensen picked and chose when he played. He had more periods than fucking Miguel.
He's already dropped out of the Barcelona match already.
Oh boy.
That was a Kaiism right there. But he's already
we're going to call him that now.
The guy always had an issue. He always had an issue. Like, you can't count. You know what? I've actually really got annoyed with players now. You need consistency and reliability that they're going to be fit.
Yes.
Christensen bailed out of a cup final because he didn't feel well. Like, it blows my mind when people say, oh, Christensen was good enough for us to start. You don't know what he's going to wake up with.
Yeah.
One day it's swine flu, the next day it's bird flu. Like, you don't know what it is with it.
That is one of my we were actually talking about this last night, or a few nights ago, about one of my complaints about Christensen was that he's one of the only players, or one of the few players I've seen in world football that is either out because he's sick or out because he's not good mentally. And it's very strange. Like, I'm not trying to belittle mental health or anything like that, but It's just
this has got nothing to do with mental health.
Yeah, but it's just so rare for me to see that, and it makes me even more sus about the fact that is it really mental health, or is it because he doesn't feel in it? Feel like
well, he's using his allocated sick days. He's using his allocated sick days.
He's using the sick hours he's accumulated.
No, but
you get a lot when you've been here since youth.
Listen, Will's right in it. Will's right in the sense that it does feel like two because we had to replace the two centre backs at left.
Yeah,
but I also agree with Alexis that both are a big upgrade. Give Koulibaly time. Give Koulibaly time. It's a new country.
Oh yeah, I do rate Koulibaly, by the way.
Oh no, I'm not saying you're not. I'm just saying like outside. The rival's going to do whatever, but inside the Chelsea community, give him time. And Fofana, I'm very excited about Fofana.
I'm excited.
I am excited. You know, whatever about the price, you pay what you pay. Do you know what I mean? It's something like that. It happens. Listen, it was our fault. I think Alexis even said it before the stream. Fofana was not in our plans at all. I don't believe it was in our plans until very late, as we've already done. But listen, I hope you see him Saturday against West Ham. And then I think I would say Fofana, I think it's a very important thing for he goes in there for Reece James in terms of playing Reece James at right wing back as much as possible.
Or right back.
Or right back, yeah. But he allows us to play a 4 because Fofana can play a 4. Do you know what I mean? It allows us to rest Thiago Silva because we're already going 2 a week. And I've got Thiago Silva possibly starting the next game against West Ham.
Thiago Silva hasn't gotten rest yet. He's been playing 5 games in a row now.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And he's
mad.
But back to the transfers, I just think, that was good. And Cucurella, same with Koulibaly, even though, you know, in terms of, I know he's played the league last season, but this is a new system. This is different from Brighton. But anyone thinking...
He's an upgrade as well. He's an upgrade on Ben
Chilwell. This isn't to bag on Chilwell, okay?
No,
Chilwell is good, and I think he's got better with Tuchel's training, like when he first came in.
Yes.
But anyone, like all these pundits go, why are you buying Cucurella when you got Chilwell? Chilwell's coming back. First of all, can I just, without even like saying...
He's not the same right now.
Chilwell is coming back from an ACL, bro. He's coming back from an ACL. We've seen the greatest athletes, Alexis watches, NBA. We've seen the guys come back from ACL. Sometimes they're not the same. And they have to probably use their legs more than sometimes, like with the jumping, stuff like that, than actual footballers. You know what I mean? Let Chilwell... Do you know what? This is, for me, Chilwell, I want him to have as much time to recover as possible. I don't want it
not only that.
You know, it's just madness.
It's just, you know, like, these people just want us to be mid, and it really irritates me. Like, there's a reason I call Ben Basic Ben, because he's very good at stuff, but he's not great at anything. And he's just a pure striker of a ball, and people like him because he contributes with goals every now and then. But when he came on yesterday, he's not fully fit, but 2, he doesn't possess that ability to punch a ball through or carry the ball with intensity the way Cucurella does. And there's nothing wrong with it. Like, he is great cover. He is great for when it's 2 fixtures and you've got a small game, play him. But we've upgraded. When we go in a 4-4-3-3 or a 4-2-2-2, whatever he wants, this is an upgrade.
Plus, hello, Chelsea fans. It's a squad game.
And I do as much as I do like Ben Chilwell. Cucurella's, I don't think there's one thing that, bar maybe the odd goal, I don't think there's one thing Chilwell is better than Cucurella.
Agreed.
I don't think there's one thing. Even defensively, I don't.
It's only striking of the ball in and around the area.
Yeah,
it's the only thing.
But it's like, but also. Last season, did you not guys see the fall off when Chilwell and Reece were both out? The drop.
Yeah. We need that backup immensely.
Bro, did you not see the fall off yesterday when Reece was not in the team?
Yes.
Like, Reece was not in. I even tweeted, we cannot be this dependent on a right back.
On a right back.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's one position.
What Reece gives you as well, he, like, for example, Ziyech was so isolated on that right hand side, so isolated. He was basically on his own. You can just see it's night and day, the difference. And Aspi, don't get me started on Aspi. Oh my God, don't get me started.
By the way,
I'll have a heart attack.
I know it's not going to happen because it's too late in the window. I'm sorry. That position needs to. I'm not even Ruben even there. Like I wanted us to go. I need someone there who can come in. I need someone there can come in.
Des would have been.
It showed last night. It showed last night.
No. I don't need another American. No. We already American. We already got the US men's national team Twitter all over me. I do not need another one.
But when you get.
I mean, man, we should have we should have gotten Brendan Aronson and sent Pulisic the other way. But I
what, to Salzburg?
I get in trouble.
Yeah. You think he's accepting Salzburg?
Yeah, sure. Why not? This comment right here made me laugh. Fafana on Saturday's announcement video. Reese texted him a month ago to join Chelsea. It was probably on the phone like, "Hey, Wesley, listen, man, I'm tired of the gaffer putting me at right center back. Can you please come join? I'm trying to play right wing back and join my attack or something."
Bro, you know this is actually true though. Like that comment is genuinely true. No, because Fafana said it in his interview today. He was like, he texted him like a month ago, like, "Oh, you're joining me, right?"
Yeah.
That's wonderful. You love to see it, man. And I'm glad he's enthusiastic. But look, we haven't even touched the attack yet. But I would say defensively wise, this transfer window for us has been magnificent. Other than not getting the right wing back, backup, I think we can survive as long as we have a midfield and we don't have to force Ruben into the midfield because we have no other options. We could put Ruben Loftus-Cheek at right wing back for this season, and I'd be okay with that.
Marshall,
because Ruben at right wing back, it's not too bad. But midfield wise, it's been tumbleweeds, and it blows my mind. And this is one of the bigger reasons why I really do think we do need a DOF. The fact that Tuchel can't seem to see how just held back we are by not having enough depth in that midfield is absolutely shocking to me. And I feel like I feel like a director of football would have actually seen the hindrances that Tuchel has in this squad because he does not have an extra midfield that can back up a Jorginho when a Kova or a Conte, who do get injured often, are out. And it's like, this is the part of the transfer window for Chelsea that I feel is the most detrimental, and the part that really makes this transfer window not look as good as it really should on paper.
Agreed. And sorry, just to interrupt, 43 of you with us now. I hope you've liked the video at least and share the video.
Yeah.
Subscribe to the channel.
And make sure you check out Alexis.
Yeah. He actually.
Thank you, man.
This guy, he's one of the most calmest people. But even last night, they broke him. They broke him. They broke this man. And you know what I mean? It's a social experiment. Just watch it and watch all of them as well. Watch all his videos. They are on fire. He's on fire at the moment.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, especially if you want to watch someone that actually gives their own opinion and doesn't just doesn't hide
waffle.
Yeah,
Jimmy, to answer your question from before of why Alexis is here. Alexis is cut from the same cloth as us here, Chelsea fans are. Like we like to say it how it is, and we're very honest with our opinions.
Or how we think it is anyway.
Just to address Jimmy, I think he was like saying, "Why is Alexis here with us losers?" Not like he was like, "Why is Alexis here?" He was like, "What are you doing, Alexis? Slumming it with us?
We're not losers, okay? We're cool."
But no, back to the midfield. You're right. I mean, it just shows the reports coming out tonight that how ridiculous that this midfield. I mean, I'm not kidding, right? With the rumors that Billy Gilmore might be going to Brighton, I was going to say Barcelona, Brighton. Someone said yesterday that midfield options. Ruben got injured as well last night, by the way.
Of course.
The midfield options were Jorginho, Gallagher back because he's back from suspension, Billy Gilmore, and Chukwuemeka. And I think a part of my darkened soul died last night. And the fact, no, but also when he came out the other night, I think was it after Leeds when he came out and said, we've got the midfield, we've got he only named 5 midfielders. He said, "Oh yeah, we've got Jorginho, Kovacic, Kante, Gallagher, Ruben Loftus-Cheek," and it was like,
on paper that's enough. On paper that's enough.
On paper it's enough, but 2 of those are constantly injury prone. And now they're also getting injured nearly enough at the same time and out for the same time as well. Kante is already out. For you to think you could go into the season and trust these guys' availability, not the way they play, not the players, but the availability, it's just short-sighted. And also to think that you could put Conor Gallagher in a 6. He's not a 6. I don't care what anyone says. Would he be good somewhere else? Fine, but he's not a 6.
Yeah, Chukwuemeka is more of a 10 or an 8.
Dude, we got 1 6 at this club. His name's Jorginho. The rest
and
are
Billy
8s.
Gilmore.
Billy Gilmore, sorry, but he doesn't rate. But Alexis, he doesn't rate. He only gave him a squad number on Monday.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He doesn't rate Billy Gilmore. He doesn't rate him for some reason.
I think it's because of his
I think it's because of his size.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying. Like, I think Tuchel has and Alexis, feel free to chip in on this. I really think Tuchel has a certain expectation or a profile player that he likes. He likes players with experience, and he likes players of a certain physicality. Those are the two key things in Tuchel's eyes that he likes, and those are the players that he will play. Maybe that's why he has a favoritism for Havertz, because Havertz has some height. Remember how often he would play Alonso because and when they asked him, why'd you play Alonso? He's like, oh, we felt that Marcus has a good height advantage and physicality. I'm butchering his accent.
Yeah, don't do that.
I need to stop. I can't help it. But my point being is that he has this favorability towards those two particular characteristics, and Billy doesn't fall under any of them, even though what we've seen of Billy, there's technicality in his game and there's talent in his game. And if you tried to play him, I'm sure he could give you a game. He actually, one of the last times he played for Chelsea was Man City in the Carabao Cup, FA Cup?
No, it was in the Premier. He played under Tuchel in the Premier and we won, yeah.
And he actually performed so well. So I really don't get it. And again, this is the part of the transfer window where I look at Chelsea and say, overall, this transfer window has been mid, because you completely overlooked a part of the squad that we really desperately needed to reinforce, considering how bad it was last season.
I wouldn't say mid, but
okay, hold on. Let me rephrase this. Okay. It's mid if we do not get Aubameyang, because Raheem Sterling by himself is not going to do enough for Chelsea to make a difference in the attack.
What is Aubameyang going to do?
He's going to give Raheem Sterling more options than Havertz and Mount.
We don't create. We don't need Aubameyang. We need Mount out of the team.
I agree we don't create, but we don't do either create or score goals.
I'd rather create a high volume of chances for a player like Havertz.
I agree.
But if you...
Havertz has had 0.4 XG in 5 games. What is he going to score?
Do you know
what on earth is he going to score?
Alexis, I was saying this, I think, last week. Like, as much as everyone wants to go at Havertz, and I agree, he's been shit. Okay, you look at the chances he gets. I'm not, obviously he has the odd sitter he misses, but we don't create enough for him to you can make a fail compilation of almost any striker, if not any striker in the world, of missing chances, but they get so many. You even look at the run Sterling makes. And, you've not got De Bruyne anymore. You've not got Gundogan, Bernardo Silva, Mahrez, Foden, even Grealish. I'm not saying Grealish has been extra creative for City, but Cancelo, you don't have that. You might have Reece James every now and then. You might have the odd good ball from Mount or Jorginho or even Cucurella, but you're not going to... It's not enough. It's not enough.
I think since Leeds, Havertz has had 3 shots.
Yeah, and
one of them on target. Which again goes to show, I agree. There is no creativity. We do need a midfield. If it was up to me, we would sign a midfielder more than an attacker. But
Marshall,
that's not to say that
I think you need to create an attacker.
I agree, and that's what I was hoping Havertz would be. I just feel that Sterling by himself and the attack isn't gonna be enough with the attackers that we have right now, even with the midfield issues that we have.
Do you know I was watching it today? Do you want to go, Alexis? Or?
No, go on. Finish your point, bro.
I was going to say I was watching Odegaard today, and you look at the difference between a player like him and the creative options we have. It's night and day. And you have people saying, "Oh, this player's better than Odegaard," or "This player's better than another creative player," just because they want to be blind to what's going on. It's just crazy.
Yes,
but I can go back to creativity. The amount of times we got into the box and nothing happened, because it wasn't like, and I don't want to do a review because I did it last night. I was just mad how it just like they went brain dead when they got into the box. It was just, but back to the midfield, it's like I can't say it's mid, but I'm not going to go over the top on this transfer window, because you know what, if I was giving it a mark out of 10, I would be anywhere from 8 to 8.5. And I'll tell you why it's that high as well, because of we'll discuss it later, but because of the outgoings as well.
100%.
High because but incomings, listen, the midfield, but the thing is, Bodie's only really going on what Tuchel like wants, right, or what they give to him, or so it's reported, right? There's no, I want someone to ask. That's why I want these journalists to some of these journalists to actually do their jobs, like ask them proper questions. It's like, why are you going after midfield late right now after what you said previously? Why didn't you just do that in the beginning? We're not even like saying two or three, just one midfielder we're asking for. That won't make a difference either, because they might get injured as well. But it's just, why did you leave it so late? What made you convinced you could play Conor Gallagher in a 6 when everyone knows he's not there? You knew about Kante's and Kovacic's. They never complete a season, a full season since 2018. Kovacic has never completed a full season since he's been there. Why do you insist? You must know you can't play Jorginho every game.
Yeah, it makes me feel for Jorginho as well.
And it's not even to say Jorginho's a crap player or something like that, but you're running him into the ground.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Setting him up to fail, honestly.
Why do you think he's being subbed? Why do you think you're subbed? Hello, Tuchel. Why do you think you're subbing him now more regularly? Because he can't complete. Because you've overplayed him. You've overplayed. You've played him into the ground. He's your only 1-6. You must know that.
And the other, I want to bring this into the conversation as well, is the other reason why I feel like, because of the lack of depth or in the midfield that when it comes to signings is what makes this transfer window a little mid to me, is the fact that look at the players that we spent time on and missed out on. And the two standout ones are Jules Koundé and Rafinha.
Blessings.
Not even just him.
Minus the Rafinha.
Jules
Koundé is a blessing. Blessing.
Okay. No, that's fine. That's fine that we didn't get him. But Alexis, how much time did we spend on that?
But I don't mind that in a way, yeah, because as long as we get the right players, you don't want to spend big money on dead wood. You want to spend big money on good players. Yeah. Now we can go to a four at the back and rest Thiago Silva when needed. Go into a 5 when we need to. We've got Trevor Chalobah, which I think is great that he's staying, because for me, he's ahead of Aspi, hopefully. If we get the 6, I think we're going to see a better Havertz. I think we might even see a better Mount. I think the issue is we might even see a better Christian Bale. I don't think Pulisic's as bad as he's showing it right now. I don't think any of them are as bad as they're showing. Like, I just think we need an individual in that base to give like a form of protection or just some support. And then you can have Conor Gallagher and a Mount. Even though I don't like that, my preference would be Kovacic, Mount, or Gallagher.
Yeah.
If Kante's back, Kovacic and Kante can rotate with, you can have your Jorginho any now and then, but you have a proper DM there just to give some security.
Yeah, credit where credit is due. I will say this, though. Despite us not getting the players that we were originally linked with, the Kimpembe, the Koundés, the Ligt, and all that stuff. Hey, don't, hey. Hey, don't talk shit about Kimpembe. Not on the stream, bro. No, I'm kidding. But like, despite not getting our first choice targets, we still did really good to get, good players into the team. Like, I'm happy with Fofana. I'm happy with Koulibaly, even though both of those players were not first choice. Even Cucurella wasn't even first choice. I am happy with those players. I'm just frustrated that like that time that we spent on Koundé and, well, first of all, and the fan base can discuss this how they want, because it is a little divisive. Some people saying we should have gotten Koundé last season, or we should have gotten him early in the season when he was already so like ready to join. So many things were happening and so many changes happening in the club. Despite all that, we still got good players in, and I'm happy with that. It's just that frustration of spending the time on Koundé, spending the time on Rafinha, Dembele, all that, De Ligt, all that wasted time on those 4 players when we could have focused more on that midfield. And now look at us. Tomorrow is the last day of the transfer window. We're trying to scrap any pieces we have left, and clubs that are willing to trade or are willing to sell, but they have to find backup too. Like it's all a freaking clusterfuck of anxiety and stress right now for any club. So it was a little disorganized priority wise. I don't know what you guys agree or disagree on that one.
I think we need, honestly, I'd probably rate the window at like a 7 out of 10 right now. I'd say around there. I think if we got another 2 signings, I think it could be a good window, like a solid good window. I personally I think the only realistic attacking signing that I think we'd actually be able to pull off is potentially Zaha. I think that's the only good one. The only one that I think really suits us. I love Zaha. I think he's still got a lot to prove in the Premier League. I think he's got a lot of qualities. He's great one-on-one. He can create. He gets 10 goals minimum a season. He's honest as well. Like I know you don't always want players like that, but I feel like some of these players need someone to show them how it's done and to criticize them and to motivate them to do better, because these players look too comfortable. They look so comfortable.
You're right. I agree with that. Can I ask you guys a question though? And Jimmy, thank you so much for your comment, because this reminded me to ask you guys this. Do you guys think that Tuchel's player scouting is as good as we think it is? Like, do you think he can spot talent as well as we think?
No, but I don't think that should ever be his job. That should never be his job.
No, and I agree with that, which is why, like, when we were linked with De Ligt, and that was first choice, I had to raise an eyebrow to that. And I'm sure, Alexis, you have plenty to say on Tuchel's, talents, scouting ability.
Yeah, I do, man. I just think it's not his job. He's a coach. And you don't give a coach such a difficult job, because you need a team of people that you trust, and then you need to be able to filter out the mess. And what I realized Tuchel was doing a lot was, I've worked with them. I know them. Let me try again.
Yep.
And then you really saw a trend there over and over and over again. And then it's the bait names as well, which really made me just underappreciate the window. Really, I can't be honest. But man, I don't want to speak too soon. Does that make sense? Like, if they Will said Zaha. You know what? At this moment, I'll take Zaha. If it means Aubameyang or Zaha, give me Zaha any day, because I think it's what we're missing.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's what we are missing. Zaha's one-on-one merchant, where he can create something by himself. He can carry the ball up the field into space. He's got the ability to thread a pass through. He might not be as clinical as Aubameyang, but I think he can actually help us create more from an individualistic and a combative standpoint. And for me, it's like you're going to have Sterling, Kai, and then Zaha all like floating in and around each other. And Kai being Firmino, it works. Yeah. Like, for now, Rafinha would have been the perfect option.
I would have loved Rafinha, but Barcelona is hijack City FC over there. Let's talk about the outs, because I feel like there's a lot of positives in this outs that people aren't really talking about. They're kind of being swept under the rug. Lukaku out on a loan. That's one of the biggest things that we had to focus in on, and we got that job done. Barkley, as sad and pathetic it was, he left on his own accord. We got Emerson out. Did Batshuayi leave? I think he did, right? Batshuayi is gone.
He's been in talks to go on loan to some teams here and there, but he's there.
Well, we got Andrew now on a loan, and he seems to be bowling out in championship. Who am I? Oh, Cho finally getting a loan, which he's been I would have argued he needed that last season to get his play time. And I know Alexis really loves Cho, and he's probably really happy to hear that he's gonna finally go out on loan.
I'm so happy he's away from this mess. I am so happy he's away from this mess.
Yeah.
I do not want to see him anywhere around this team until he has smashed it in the Bundesliga, gets another loan in the Premier League, smashes it there, and then most probably Tuchel's not here, and then he comes back. I don't want to see him in around Chelsea.
Another big one too is Werner leaving on a
praise the Lord. We've got to that point. This is where
we finally got rid of Werner. Alonso potentially leaving. We have Ziyech also potentially leaving. Well, actually, no. The Ziyech deal.
Him and
okay. So, I mean, I'm not upset about it, but it's not going to be good.
Emerson gone.
Yes, Emerson's gone. Am I missing anyone?
Reported Bakayoko might be terminating Bakayoko.
Yeah, he's gone. He's trying to get to Milan, isn't he? Again? Colwell got a good loan as well.
Colwell got a good loan as well, and we didn't sell Colwell.
I think they've done. I'm very impressed with the outgoings that needed to happen, whether on loan or not. But just getting them out, like literally saying to Barkley, dude, we can't find you even a loan. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
Imagine. You know what we're saying has been a great window for getting people going out.
Yes.
But we've only sold. So we've sold Timo Werner for £18 million.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Emerson for 14.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Emerson £14 million.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! The fact that that's so close to Timo's price.
And then Lukaku's on a £7 million loan.
No option to buy either or obligation.
No, nothing. And then Malang Sarr's on 900k loan. But
oh my
if
God.
Malang Sarr, if he plays X amount of games, which he's already played 2 out of 4, I'm keeping tabs on that shit. We get 15 million for him. So
that's good.
All right.
Can I just say one thing quickly? Can I say one thing so quickly? I'm never speaking on strikers again. I'm never going to speak on strikers again. Like, I deserve prison time for how much I back Lukaku. Okay, I'm never.
Wait, do you remember how much abuse
we all did?
Do you remember how much abuse I got on this platform for saying that bum was not welcome in this club?
Yes.
Yeah, I disagree with you, man. Yeah.
I think I
remember Will.
I didn't
Will
abuse
called
you,
me.
though. I didn't abuse
you said I am agenda driven. You said.
Oh no, that's actually not what I said. That's not what I said. I said that before I went on stream with you about Chilwell. I remember that when I was. That's a long time ago. I've that part of me is dead. Okay, I'm never speaking on strikers again.
I'm so happy he's gone.
I only like one profile of striker now, and that's technical and lanky. Okay, players like Giroud, Skamaka, Isak. They're the only ones I like now.
Isak's all looked good today as well, man.
He's my boy. I love Sociedad. He's great player. I wish we.
Wait, guys, by the way, I'm telling you now, Lazio have got a midfielder. Oh, that is nice.
What, they're young? They're young one. No, that's Napoli. Sorry, yeah.
No, Marcos Antonio, right? They got him from Shakhtar Donetsk, and he didn't play again today. So he's literally just joined, but he came on today on the 72nd minute. So they've been bringing him in. He's like 5'8". He's good on the ball. He's agile. He's everything Jorginho is, but agile. Like, this kid is going to be great. Like, I can't wait to see him. He's a Brazilian. It's just exciting to see what Sarri does with him. Keep your eye on him.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you didn't say Milinkovic-Savic because I thought that was coming.
We don't like Milinkovic-Savic?
I love Milinkovic-Savic.
Oh, no, it's just the fact. I think he's one of those players that just gets linked. Like,
he's like Hulk.
He'll probably retire at Lazio. He'll probably retire.
No, but he's a free agent next year.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He's a bit like, before, like, we signed Koulibaly, we was linked, not like we were linked him, but he was linked to leave every summer or something like that. And Napoli players are finally realising the only way they're ever going to leave Napoli is when their contract is by near to 1 year or something like that. But,
Hey, fantasy points came in. 81 for me this week.
I haven't even checked.
Real Chris, you're not hiding with your triple captain of Salah in game week 2.
This man ran away to Greece after that move.
Yeah.
But overall, guys, I will say the outings I think have been great. Look, we still haven't found like a loan. Like I do disagree with the loaning out of Ampadu, considering our midfield situation. If Billy does get loaned out, it's another one of those that like
that'll be a permanent if he goes Brighton because we can't loan more than one player.
Yeah,
that'll be permanent. He'll be gone. Which I'm low key happy for him because I think that's a great move. But
for him, yeah.
If there might be a buyback option, we don't know. We'll see.
If he's going tomorrow, then I expect a midfielder to come in. Then
I better see a fucking midfielder.
That's mandatory. Then if Gun was going
now
out,
ask your question.
Yeah.
Why is it mandatory? He's not going to play anyway.
In my mind, it's mandatory. Whether they think it's mandatory, it should be, right? If you're saying,
should be mandatory either way, Andrew. Honestly,
I try. Listen, I know football is about facts and feelings, and it's like I try and marry the two as best I can. But in my logical mind, I'm thinking if we're selling Billy Gilmour with the state of our midfield right now, why are we selling him anyway? But we should be bringing in at least one midfielder. But hey, let me tell you right now, if we don't, I'm not going to be surprised.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? It's not going to shock me. But then I'm going to be like, I'm not accepting any excuses about the midfield from the manager during the season. I'm just not accepting it. I'm not accepting it whatsoever. And anyone, but these guys, no. You had your whole window to prepare to bring a midfield or two in. You chose to go this way. You got to see where the leaves settle, isn't it? See where the snow settles.
Although I'm massively Tuchel in, I do believe in him still, like firmly. I think he's got to watch. I think he's just got to watch certain things very carefully. He seems to have in press conferences either one side or the other, and it's not a new thing for him either. He either defends his team like to the ending press conferences, or he does the complete opposite. I never really with him see a sort of like a middle ground of like how he composes himself in post-match interviews. He either seems really relaxed, really chill, or really on edge, sort of a bit annoyed almost, which he should be, but he also can't make excuses. He can't make these excuses. Like you can't put out a team when you make errors yourself. You can't, especially when you've had all these opportunities. You can't.
Can we talk about apparently the two midfielders we're linked to this evening? I've got to be honest with you. I've never seen either play. I haven't got a position.
I've seen one of them.
I've seen Singari. The only time I've seen Singari, I'm going to admit this right now. It was when I was on FIFA career mode and I needed like a team defensive midfielder with good stats, and he popped up. But I want to be educated. I've never seen. What would they? If anyone knows, even in the chat, what do you think they would bring to us? I mean, I know Alexis, you talk about you want a bit of P&P, right? In that midfield, I mean,
they just look very. They look very. So, Sangari, I watched last week for the first time. I think it was PSV Rangers. Had the name on in the background. Saw the commentator say his name. Light bulb in my head. Oh, we've been into it. Let me check him out. Like, I was watching because of Gakpo. I just wanted to see what he was like.
Yeah.
He looked good. Looks very bland on the ball.
Yeah, like, he's stiff. He's very stiff at times.
Like, and people will try to like get a little compilation where he's doing some roulettes and like flicks.
I've seen that.
don't-
Yeah, I think I watched that game where he did that, and he was good. But
he doesn't look. We're not getting him in to be Ronaldinho. We're getting him in to be a little bit of a rock in midfield, and it's a stopgap, right?
Yeah.
Alvarez, on the other hand, I'm hearing great things about. Like, that's why Chelsea went after him first. Great passing range, combative. What I like about him as well, I like that he's Mexican. Mexican CDMs, center midfielders, are tough as nails. Like, historically, when you look at the midfield, they had Hector Herrera at one point playing for them. The profile of the players is very combative, solid technically, but most importantly, they need to be fundamentally and mentally positionally strong. So he plays for Ajax. He must be good on the ball. Like, that's as deep as my knowledge gets on him.
With Edson Alvarez, I think as I've watched Edson Alvarez more than Sangare, obviously, because Ajax. I think most people watch Ajax more than they like outside of Holland watch Ajax more than any other team in that league. Yeah. So I've watched maybe a couple games of Sangare. I was impressed, and I think he might even have a higher seed than Edson Alvarez. But I'd go for Alvarez right now. I think Alvarez.
Why?
Because I feel like Alvarez. I see with Sangare more weaknesses than Alvarez, but I see also. I think where Sangare outstands, I think Edson Alvarez is just decent at everything. I don't think he's got any weaknesses that will be a liability, but I also don't see him being anything. I don't see him being world class. I know this might sound a bit because I know a lot of people rate him as one of the best, if not the best in the league. He really reminds me of a little bit worse version of Rodri in a way. That's what Edson Alvarez reminds me of. I think Rodri's a very well-rounded player that in a good team can give you the basics, can be good on the ball, can, as you said, be combative. Like, you just both of them
going for Souček there. Actually, we're going for his partner in midfield next year, right?
Even if we went for Souček, imagine the price.
He's shit as well. I hate Souček. Keep him away. Honestly, keep him at West Ham.
I will ask you guys: are there any transfer outs that we didn't make that you wish we did?
That's right. No, I don't know. I want to see Alexis' reaction. I know he's got I know he's a backer of Batshuayi, but it's like.
Personally, listen, Mitchell Bank goes in his system, bro. I've got faith.
I have more faith in that he's going to have a fresh haircut than he's scoring.
I wanted Kepa out because I just don't think.
Agreed.
Tuchel, I kept him out because I don't think Tuchel ever sees him as even the way Mendy's playing right now. I don't think he ever sees him as competition for Mendy, and maybe Mendy doesn't either. But also because he's on 100. We're gonna have a guy sitting on our bench, a goalkeeper who is on 155 grand. Again, I know it's been on there for the last 2 years, but man, I thought we couldn't even sell him. I think the stories over in summer, like we wanted just 30 million for him. No one was taking him. I would bring in a goalkeeper, whether you think that is competition for Mendy or at least just competent or take over for Mendy. That's fine. Listen, Mendy's an old school goalie. We're seeing it right now. He's not good with his feet. At this moment in time, he's not good with his hands either.
I would have loved to play I would have loved to sign Keylor Navas on a free. That would have been what I would have.
But I'm all good.
Will, you saw me tweet that, didn't you?
No. Well, I know. Well, I might have done, but even so, everyone knows that Keylor Navas is a top class.
He's class, man. I love that keeper.
I think we should. Yeah, we should. Listen, I'm all good for dropping Mendy. I'm fine, but the replacement coming in
got to be good.
Me more dread.
That'll be good.
Do you know what I mean? And it's just that's the whole point. I mean,
or even if it was
it's not like when we had Czech and then we had like Kudacini as backup. Kudacini was one of the greatest number twos ever. Do you know what I mean? Because I felt when Kudacini came in, I felt safe. Same with Czech when Courtois came in, stuff like that. I felt safe. I shouldn't have to worry about the backup coming in or major doubts about the backup coming in. And it's like I think they'll leave it for next year unless he has an even greater implosion. Mendy, which could happen.
It could. But it goes back to what Prime said a few streams ago, that like I almost wish that we did put in a bid for like a top goalkeeper, just to, you know.
But who though?
Maignan.
No, you're not going to get.
Navas isn't a bad shout.
The thing is with,
even Sanchez isn't a bad shout.
You even I don't know, man. I rate Maignan and I rate Sanchez as Marshall, but you've got Maignan. He's on a long-term contract and he's at one of the biggest clubs in the world. He just won the league. You're gonna have to pay crazy money for him. You're gonna have to pay 80. I'd take 80 to even 100. Like that's what he's worth to them. Yeah, go on.
Sanchez has got sticky fingers. Yeah. Everything slides out of his hands.
He's a very
against Man United. A couple of few. The reason Man United scored was because of him, like that, and then he messed up a couple of times. That's what I mean. The goalkeeper. You know what? I'm scouring the goalkeeper market. There isn't a lot out there.
Very shit, isn't it?
It's it's not what it used to be like 4 or 5 years ago or something like that. Do you know what I mean? When you could like name like at least 5 goalies you could go after. No one's even mentioning like Oblak anymore. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
I figured Oblak would probably be way too overpriced.
No.
I watched Oblak this weekend.
Yeah, he's gone down, bro. He's gone down.
Oh, has he? Oh, wow.
His ability, he has gone down. Last year or so, he's been shocking. Absolutely shocking. That's but what I mean is that we're not even no one's mentioned Oblak for anyone anymore. Not just us, like for anyone. So, and everyone's going, "Oh yeah, well we'll get Slovenia back in January." I'm not putting an 18-year-old.
Yeah.
He's
way too
and he needs when we get him back in January, he needs to go out on loan in Europe somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or the Premier League or something. Or Germany or something like that. Like we did with Courtois. I know he's younger than Courtois. But he needs to go for 2 or 3 years at the same club, a good club, build it up, get him back in like 3 or 4 and then start again because if he's good enough.
Are any of you worried about Levi Colwill not playing at Brighton just yet?
No. I'm not worried at all.
Do you know what? I'll need to check how much he's played because now we're going into at least 2 a week.
2 games.
2 games.
But so he started one.
Yeah.
And he came on. Come on twice. I think he started 1 game he started 2. He started a Premier League game and a cup game. He's come on twice off the bench.
Yeah, and also this we're playing 2 games a week. Brighton aren't really gonna a league game here and there, but they're not gonna play 2 games a week a lot like in Europe. So I want to really look at his stats. When we break for the World Cup, to see because Chelsea in the past used to do this with loan clubs. If the player didn't play well, that club would immediately go into like whatever list or a book or something like that, not to loan players out to that club again because of what we've done previously. So it's weird because the whole part of us paying more for Cucurella was that they wanted Colwill in the deal anyway to sign permanently. So it's like, what's going on here? I think whoever's the new loan chief at Stamford Bridge will obviously be looking at that. Because I don't know whether there's a break. I don't believe there's a break in January or something like that. So there's a break in like Cho's contract for January or something like that. If stuff like that. But they'll definitely look into that because the whole point of sending him out on loan, the whole deal was that you're definitely going to start, play him a lot. No, we're not saying that he has to start every game, but he's definitely going to play him a lot, right, for his development.
Yeah, I'd rather Graham Potter, especially. I'd rather him ease him in than just throwing him in over more experienced centre backs that he trusts more when he doesn't feel like he's not ready right now. I think he'll be really fine. I think he'll be very good there. You've got like players like. He seems to love Veltman and Adam Webster. I think is just a guaranteed starter. I think him and Colwill are their best centre backs, and Lewis Dunk's their captain as well. So it's like it's not necessarily easy for Colwill to just slot right in there, but he will. I'm confident. I'm so confident he will.
I will say this, and let's go ahead and end on these final thoughts here. overall feeling of the transfer window, give me one with the current signings and give me one with what we could potentially get. And Alexis, I would like for you to start this off, and we'll end on me. We'll go around the horn.
6 and potentially 10.
What would make it a 10 signing wise? If we got, what would link with?
You get me a DM and you go and get me Neymar.
I can imagine. I would like to
Fair enough.
I would like to see Alexis' reaction yesterday when we were linked, that Neymar story came out. Just the eyes,
dude. So imagine, right? So my living room's not big, right? My girl's she was sitting on the sofa, and I was in the kitchen, and I must have been just opening the fridge, and I'm like, holy shit! Yeah. She turns around, what? I swear to God, I'm doing tuck jump, knee jump, like, you know those high jumps in my kitchen. She's like, what's wrong? What's wrong? I jump on the sofa. They must come in Chelsea, not linked to nothing.
Oh my goodness.
You see what you've done to this man, Chelsea? You see what you've done to him? You've got him jumping up and down in his kitchen. You know. Oh my God.
All jokes aside, though, I've been watching Neymar this year a lot. So Chelsea have got me so depressed on like crap football that I'm out here watching Real Madrid and PSG on a weekly basis like an addict for like any bit of attacking football. And when I tell you Neymar is gonna win Ballon d'Or next year,
he's on it. He is so on it at the moment. He
is looking phenomenal. He looks lean. He looks quick again. He actually, like, he always pressed, but now he's pressing with venom and intensity. Like, you know, everyone that's turning their nose, oh, he's not good enough for Chelsea, will he be able to press? You don't watch him. That's why you're turning your nose at a world. He's the best player in the world. Like, don't let it fool you. He is better than Kylian Mbappe. Listen, he's better than Haaland.
I always have reservations about Neymar, but not at the extent where someone can convince me he does not. But he would not. I would turn him down.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm convinced, Alexis. I don't know if you're convinced by this. There's an extra pep in his step with this Mbappe situation as well. They
World Cup. Don't forget the World Cup.
What's that thing where there's a TV show or film? It's like you shouldn't have pissed off the wrong man or something like that. You don't like me when you shouldn't have pissed me off. That's what they've done. And that oh my God, that goal you have against Lille, from kickoff, that was that. I've not even seen that game, that goal on Pro Clubs or anything like that. I've never seen. That is a fact. That's a real life. Though. Yeah, it's a real.
They stole that from Belgium. No, they scored it. So a Belgian team scored that, and apparently Messi showed it to Neymar, and then they said, "Let's try it."
Neymar, but Alexis, those same people that talk about Neymar not pressing are the same people that want us to sign a player like Anthony Gordon for 60 fucking million and players like that. They're just like, as much as I would, you know what, this might sound selfish, and I'm not comparing the two players, but just get me a 1v1 demon that can get me off my seat every now and then. Honestly, I just want to be entertained a little bit by individual
I'm the same. Listen, honestly. I started the window with I don't want Alain Saint-Maximin.
Yeah, same. Exactly. Yeah, same. Yeah.
And I'm at the stage now where I'm begging for a 1v1 demon. Like, let me just see.
Alexis, I don't know if it was you who said this or who I was watching, but someone said, I would take back Eden Hazard at this point.
That's me. I said that last night too.
That was you? Okay. I'm not feeling the same way. I agree.
It's even got me to a point. That's what I said. This team last night had me to a point where if someone set off me Eden Hazard, I think
I'll take that Eden Hazard deal now.
With me, I mean, I'm not even as can't even think of the word of them. Like Alexis and Will going all these flair bears. I just want someone like a Ruben Neves. Do you know what I mean?
Your blue chew Ruben Neves, Andrew. The blue chews come back.
I'm sorry. I've been saying it all summer. He's been there.
Yes.
He's just the way
You've been saying it for about 2 years, Andrew, haven't you?
But the way he schooled Spurs away, you know, the way he just that won't happen. By the way, that's just a.
Ruben Neves is welcome in my team any day of the week.
Yeah, I
agree.
I agree. Did you watch him, Alexis, when they played? I don't know if you watched the game when he played Spurs away. He was just.
No, I was studying.
Him and
honestly, he was just. I know we dominated them in the field, but the way he dominated them was just ridiculous. And he's 24.
Yeah, he's been around for ages.
Yeah, he looks like he's like in his 30s.
You know, with Neves as well, Neves and Nunes together, I think they lost the ball only 3 times in that first half combined.
And they got Moutinho still there.
He's so underrated as well.
Yeah. But the window-wise, I know I said 8 before. I might drop that back to a 7 at this moment in time. And seeing as we are who we're linked to, maybe an 8.
We're getting Neymar. Stop it. All right.
Let me tell you this right now. As much as I criticize Neymar, I always take Neymar.
Yes.
Not because of we've got shit here. No, I take Neymar because he's a quality player. If we get Neymar, it will be a 13 out of 10. That's what it will be, a 14 or 15 out of 10.
Yeah. If we sign Neymar, then I'm campaigning for a Bowley statue and the Brazilian flag to be raised over Stamford Bridge. That's what.
By the way.
Be campaigning for.
Guys, I'm gonna have to jump off and go to
bed.
But I'm gonna say one thing, right? 6 games for Neymar this year, 9 goals, 6 assists.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Yeah. Like 6 games, 9 goals, 6 assists. Like this man said, Mbappe, come outside. Have a lovely evening, and I'm off.
See you,
Alexis. Alexis.
Thank you.
Bye, guys. Thank you for having me on.
Hey,
everyone that's still on, I want you guys to hit that like button and smash the shit out of it, because there's 44 of you and there's only 37 likes.
Yeah.
So help the boys out. They're getting closer to 1.4, 2K around the corner.
Yeah.
See you later. Bye.
See you, mate.
Appreciate it, Alexis.
I'm convinced. The only way PSG I don't think PSG will. PSG are not winning Champions League, and I'll tell you why. Because of Mbappe. Mbappe's going to do something in the knockout stages that costs PSG. Whether it's taking a penalty,
that's
a penalty or something like that, he's going to miss it.
I'm a massive Mbappe fan. Yeah, I wish he joined Real Madrid because I wanted to see him at Real Madrid as like a proper Galactico. But even if it's like him taking a free kick off Messi or some shit, or off of Neymar or a penalty, as you said, Andrew. Yeah, it's gonna be. I think PSG might actually win it this year. Honestly, I think it might be their year. I say this every year, but I think their midfield, they've got Renato Sanchez, Verratti, Soler, Fabian. That's mental. That is insane. That's like they've gone from having one great midfielder to having one world-class midfielder and a couple of really good ones. So,
Will, your overall thoughts on the window with our current signings and the window with what we could potentially get?
See,
within the next 24 hours, I guess.
I'm going to give it a 7 as of now, but it depends, because I don't think I think the only signing we could make is potentially Zaha. That's the only one I can see happening tomorrow. Personally, I might be proven wrong, and I hope I am. But if we get Zaha, it's 7.5, maybe 8.
Yes. I'm gonna say right now, with the way things are, I'm gonna give it a 6. And I know people are gonna probably like say, "Oh, why are you so negative?" All this stuff. I think it's so detrimental that we get a midfielder, that the fact that we have neglected the midfield and prioritized even the attack over midfield is just slightly criminal. I'm not going to go ahead and blame Bowley, because Bowley is simply working off of what Tuchel is telling him. And if Tuchel doesn't seem to see that that's a problem that we have, considering the injury-prone players we have in that position, then that's more on Tuchel than it is on Bowley. Bowley has opened up his checkbook and is willing to give Tuchel whatever he wants. He wanted De Jong, and we're still trying for De Jong, despite De Jong not wanting to come to Chelsea. He wants to stay and take a pay cut at Barcelona, you know? But go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt. I just want to say, because Ziyech's departure might happen if they want this.
Oh, breaking news!
Because I'm not saying Ziyech and Robert. Various reports are saying that Edson Alvarez may refuse to train with Ajax tomorrow to try and force through a deadline day move to Chelsea.
Oh my God, that'd be so funny. Do you know what? That is so funny because Ajax won't be able to replace him because their window shuts in.
The player believes he may not get another chance to join Chelsea. How old is he, by the way?
23, 24, around either one.
But I'm just saying, wait, they can't sign anyone, right? You said
because the window's about to shut. If it's not really shut,
are we sure? Is it just our window that shuts tomorrow? Is it?
Yeah, no, it's the whole of Europe. Bar, I think Holland shuts a day early.
Right. So, listen, like I said, I've never seen him play, so I can't even. I
can't comment on it either.
Because I don't really watch Ajax. I maybe watch highlights, so he wouldn't really stand out. But maybe he's in. Maybe he's not.
Oh.
You know what? Aubameyang looks like it's happening. Happening.
Wait, is that really? Is it going to happen? Do you think now?
Even Sky are reporting, and we know how late Sky are.
Fucking hell, yeah. Late sports news. Yeah,
it's in advanced talks. To I think what they've done is because we wanted to put Alonso in. I think what they've done is just we'll pay the difference.
Yeah,
do two separate difference, so we'll just pay the difference. So it'll be Alonso and whatever the difference. Take off what Alonso costs off of what we want to pay. So maybe 10 or 15 million euros. And then we go forward like that. Maybe a late Zaha bid comes in and maybe a midfielder. I don't see why it's Aubameyang or Zaha. I take both.
Yeah.
I don't know why it has to be or. Looking at that attack, it should be both.
Yeah.
Coming back to the rating I was giving this.
Yeah.
No, you're fine. Of course, I needed to hear that because it's going to only help with my criticism of what we could potentially get. But also a 6 because I feel like Raheem Sterling by himself isn't good enough. I do like Raheem. I don't want chat to misinterpret this. I love Raheem Sterling at this club. And yes, he's still Raheem Sterling that's going to hold on to the ball for too long. He's still Raheem Sterling that's going to attempt to dribble way too often than he should. But we need that at this point. I'd rather lose the ball, the attacker lose the ball trying to move forward and get a dribble than trying to do a fancy little behind the heel flick pass and have it not work out when we're 2-1 or we're down a goal against Southampton.
Yeah, there's
wink, nudge, minerals. But yeah, what are you going to say, Will?
I was just going to say, all you scrubs out there that compared Sterling to Werner, shame on you. Shame on you.
Shame on you.
We've got the receipt somewhere, and you'll be exposed one day for your sins. Okay.
But if we get an Aubameyang, a Barack Aubameyang, if we sign a midfield of any quality at this point, because I know we're probably going to be paying overs, and on top of that, we're desperate. I will boost that score up to a 9. 9 simply because I know the midfielder we're going to sign is not going to be ideal. It's not first choice, second choice. It's just going to be a panic buy. So 6 right now, 9 if we get an Alvarez, Aubameyang, and who knows, maybe whatever else is out there.
Deep this, right? I don't think we'll go for Zaha, but if we do, and Aubameyang and one of these midfielders, there's a good chance we spend another 100 million pounds or euros tomorrow. How they square that over the next 3 years, I don't know.
We're already at 260 right now.
Yeah, we're already at 260.
We thought the Lampard era window was expensive.
But no, but do you know what? I will say though, it feels like we spent less, which I think is a good thing.
Yes.
Like we've not really gone overboard as such with like that window.
Hang on, who's Gakpo being sold to? I've not seen anything online.
Southampton.
Really? Southampton
and Forest and Fulham are the 3 clubs.
I've not seen anything confirming that online. I know there's interest.
Actually, shit, no. Sorry. Southampton are the favourites according to like the Telegraph and Ornstein and all that.
But the thing is about Singari, he's got a buyout clause, right?
I don't know.
I think
personally.
he signed that contract. He's got a buyout clause. So, Singari is staying. Okay. Well, that would mean that if they're going to Alvarez, the Alvarez one is probably who they're going for then.
Yeah.
Let's hope, boys.
But that's the problem, isn't it? When you leave it so late in the window.
Yes,
problem,
exactly.
For a problem that everyone saw, but one man didn't.
Yeah. If we signed Alvarez earlier on as well, he'd have been like 30, 25 million, and now he's 40 because he waited so long.
I will say,
but euros. I mean, I think that's euros, isn't it? Converted to.
I will say on the window though, business-wise, I am very hopeful. Yes, I know. I said before that the Koundé and Rafinha deal lasted way too long, but the fact that compared to the Roman era, where we would be linked with a player for 2-3 months, we spent 2 weeks on Dembele, Rafinha, and while we were there, we were already negotiating with De Ligt and all these other players that we were linked with. So the multitasking and the quick movement, when one deal looked like it wasn't going to work out, we just quickly moved on to the next, and we're getting deals done a lot quicker than before. I appreciate that, and it does make me hopeful for what may happen in January and what may happen in the next summer transfer window. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we do get a director of football. But yeah, boys, unless you have any more final thoughts, I think we're good to end it here. Anyone want to say anything?
No, I like Spursy and Mikel Arteta. Still Arteta out. I like it. Conviction to them. He's got conviction. They're 5 out of 5. They're top of the table. But the man has principles. Won't let 5 out of 5 wins happen. So I do like.
I appreciate why not being here. No, of course. Why not? You're one of the goats. Will, any final thoughts, brother?
I'm actually impressed that we got Fofana for 69.5 million.
Yeah, to be honest, when we were linked with Fofana, Oba, and De Jong a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And who else? There was another one.
What centre backs?
The main 3 ones that we were linked with.
You say Ake as well.
No. The main 3 that we were linked with what we were going to get recently, which was De Jong, Fofana, and Alba. All those links kind of came out at the same time. Yeah. I'm impressed. The fact that we're potentially going to have 2 out of the 3, because I only thought we were going to get maybe 1, and I thought it was going to be Alba, not even Fofana for the amount that he was. And De Jong, I already knew he was going to stay at Chelsea, and I already said it here. He's going to take that wage cut.
All I'm saying though, one more thing. Is if you want to, this just shows that if you're smart enough to want to leave for a ambitious big club, you can do it. I don't want to hear any more excuses for players that they're being loyal, they just didn't want to shut the club. Who gives a shit? Mr. Rice, if you ever wanted to play for our club, you're gonna have to do something similar unless you want to wait a few years. Which by the time that happens, we won't need you, mate. We won't need you.
I'm pretty certain if Tuchel wanted him. And we had any inkling that he was up for sale, these guys would have tried. They
didn't even bid for him.
They paid 70 million for defenders.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they?
Yeah. And for Fofana, I showed you how you force a move. Like, even I don't want to hear any excuses for players who have been at shit clubs if they haven't tried to leave.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is I hope he doesn't do that for Chelsea if Bayern or PSG come knocking on the door.
If he does, and he's played well, it's going to be over 100 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And we would have got our value.
We got him tied down. So. This might backfire on us if he doesn't play well for the length of contract like a Kepa, or it might not if he plays well, because for 2 things, we don't have to negotiate till 4 years in to a contract at least, because still got 3 years after that or 2 years after that. Second of all, if Real Madrid do come in 2 or 3 years time, he's got 4 years still left on his contract. All right, that's fine. He's played well. He's gone to the World Cup, played well, whatever, Euros, whatever. You want him? We paid 70 million. So we think he's at least doubled. So that's 140, 150 million. Just do it. Yep. Leave it like that.
No, boys.
No club.
Go ahead, Wonder.
Sorry, every club is a selling club, just like that. But we don't think of resale value. That's the thing.
Oh yeah, don't fuck. If I hear one thing, I'm fucking
Resale value.
No, I'm saying we don't. I know that's a good thing. We go for the now. We go for the now.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I know. I was just thinking the last transfer window.
Oh,
the arguments for Lukaku and Haaland. Well, Lukaku doesn't have resale value. Sometimes this fan base makes me laugh. If you don't,
Southampton. Yeah.
If you don't laugh, you cry. With this club. But ladies and gents, we're gonna go ahead and call it right here. Make sure you're here tomorrow. Hit that bell notification because we're going to be having a very, very, very special react video for you guys. I think this one's been long overdue. We're going to try to keep it civil and tame, but no promises. And there's no promises that we might even finish the video, but we'll see. We'll see how we feel about it. But ladies and gents, make sure you're here tomorrow for that react video. We're going to be live. I want to say 10 or 11 UK time. We'll let you guys know. That's why you need to hit the bell notification so you're notified when we do that. When we do that. 2 do's in there. Not like the player doo-doo. Anyways, make sure you're subscribing. Make sure you're smashing that like button. Make sure you're also leaving a comment down below. I do read the comments. I do engage in them. And we do have sometimes productive conversations in there. So make sure you're leaving a comment. Hit the links in the description. Go out there and support Alexis. He makes such good content. He works so hard. He posts every day. This man has to work at 5 a.m. He's up here on our stream way past bedtime. Ideal bedtime. So make sure you're supporting him. His links are also in the description. Help him get to 20K. Outstanding work on his half. But guys, we're out of here. We'll see you tomorrow. Smash that like button and we'll catch you for tomorrow's react stream. Peace out, everyone.